What's up? So this will be a small introductory part to a long series on polity. So this is Polity 101. This is the YouTube channel and academy. I will be basically covering prelims plus mains plus essay plus interview. So all in all, everything will be covered in this. So please focus. It's an awesome series, and you have to read a book called as Lakshmi Kant, which will be complementary to it. So this is presented by Dr. Roman Saini. Don't know who this fellow is. So if you want to read more about him, you can go to his Facebook page. That is facebook.com/Roman Saini.official. Like it, message him your query, and he'll reply ASAP. If you want the reply to be faster, you can comment on the YouTube section below. Do like the video if you really like the video. Please like the video if you like the video. So this is the preliminary examination. This is the syllabi of the preliminary examination. It includes Indian polity and governance. This is exactly what is written in the UPSC notification gadget of 2014. Constitution, political system, Panchayati Raj, public policy and rights issue. So I'll be taking 100% coverage without fail. All the 10 to 20 questions which come in the preliminary examination paper 1 will be covered from these videos, 100% guaranteed. In mains, the entire paper 2 of general studies, that is the paper 3 in actuality, because paper 1 is essay, so it includes governance, constitution, polity, social justice. They are all the same things as prelims. So the syllabus is by and large a big overlap. Then there are international relations, which are in addition to the existing syllabus of the preliminary examination. So you have to focus separately on them. For that, I'll take 1 or 2 classes at the end when the mains exam are coming, so that will be dealing with them. Then you have to read the entire syllabus first. Please read the entire syllabus first. It's a long syllabus. I couldn't put it here. So it's available online for free. Just write UPSC syllabus and the second notification that will come, the PDF. Please download it and read the entire syllabus first in case if you want to appear in this examination. So the first thing first is Indian Constitution. Why do we read Indian Constitution? See, it is not only for UPSC per se, but also for general citizens should be aware about their constitution, because it is the supreme law of land, that is India. Plus it governs literally everything which you see around is dictated by constitution. It is the most sacred book of law in India. For government, it includes fundamental political principles which should they abide all the time. It establishes the structure, the protocol, the procedure, the powers and duties. Basically, it provides the basic framework. It provides the skeleton. Skeleton cannot be changed very easily. So it provides the skeleton over which you can function, and in which the rules are filled by the bureaucracy and acts and bills and all. So it do not include the major rules, but includes the framework. That's the most important difference. For citizens, it sets out fundamental rights, directive principles of state policies, and the duties of citizens. That is in Article 51A. So fundamental rights have nothing to do with state. It are the negative rights of states, and these are the positive directive principles for states. So this helps in the welfare of citizens. But if you have rights, you also have duties, legal obligations, which are not enforceable in court of law, yet all of us should adhere to them. Being a citizen of India, we should adhere to them. Then it is the longest written constitution of any sovereign country. It has 448 articles till date. Now 121 constitutional amendment bill has been passed, so it will lead to 99th constitutional amendment act, which is the judicial accountability bill appointment commission. So it also includes 25 parts and 12 schedules and 5 appendices and 98 amendments. So 120 becomes 121 and 98 becomes 99. It is related to JAC, judicial appointment. And Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, also called as Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he is the father of the Indian Constitution, no doubt about it. An eminent jurist and pragmatist and book writer and author and reformist, everything. A good orator, all qualities summed up in one. So these are certain basics about the Constitution. So it is federal with strong center. Although we are federation, but we tend to pro-unitary or quasi-federal, whatever you want to call it. It's uniquely Indian federation. It is uniquely Indian. There's nothing to do with anything else. Then the federal government includes the governor, that is the states. Then it includes the lieutenant governor, that is in union territories, and it also includes chief minister, that is from all the states and some of the union territories. Like Delhi has one, then Puducherry has one. All the 5 do not have a chief minister. Then the 73rd Amendment Act includes the Panchayati Raj. I'll be talking about in detail later. And the 74th Amendment Act includes the municipality in urban areas. So these are they were enacted in 1992. They did a tremendous shift, and this was the vision all along. There's the three-tier system. It has been implemented in some states very good, like Rajasthan is one example. Then southern states are good examples, but more or less it has not been lived up to the vision of the amendments and the forefathers. Then Article 370, it is one of the most unique innovation of Indian Constitution, not seen anywhere else in the world. It gives a special status and privilege to Jammu and Kashmir, out of which they can also make their own constitution, and Jammu and Kashmir can have citizens, that is double citizens are also possible. As far as they are citizen of J&K, they can also be a citizen of India. So this is the only state which has two citizens. Rest all are citizens of India. Then it was adopted by Indian Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949, and but it came into effect on 26th January 1950. Do you know why it came in effect 2 months later? This was because 26th January 1930 there was a Purn Swaraj resolution. So that is the reason. Purn Swaraj resolution by Jawaharlal Nehru. So to commemorate that, it came in effect on 26th January 1950. So then we have what is we called as constitutional autochthony. Please bear with me, it's a technical term, but you have to understand it. It's extremely essential that you understand it in order to succeed. See, autonomy is one thing, that it is the autonomous. Okay, fine, autonomy, but where does it emanate from? What is the source of the authority of the constitution? That constitution derives from their native traditions. That is, the people of the India are the source of the constitution. That is, it's an homegrown nature of the constitution. So it is autonomous, as well as it is grown, it is emanating from the people of India itself. That is, Indians have given them the constitution. It has not been enforced upon by a foreign nation. So it gives this authenticity and effectiveness. So to ensure the Constituent Assembly, the framers of the constitution went on to insert article 395 in the constitution. So it's important. So what was the status of India before 1947, 15th August? It is a colony. Between 15th August 1947 to 26th January 1950, it is a dominion of it is a dominion under British government. And after 26th January 1915, it's a republic and an independent nation. Is that understood? So India Independent Acts 1947 established India as a dominion under British Republic. Pakistan went on to become dominion till 1956. So Pakistan was a dominion till 1956. So that is why we inserted Article 395, which repealed Indian Independence Act of 1947. On 26th January, it commemorated the Purn Swaraj Declaration of Independence of 1930. Is that understood now? To commemorate the Purn Swaraj Declaration of Independence of 1930, we chose the date of 26th January. Then Republic of India, it came into being by replacing the Government of India Act 1935. Is that understood, sir and ma'am? 100% understood? Okay, then we move on. Adoption includes, let's say it has been adopted or it has been drawn from various resources. So we will talk about all the sources from which Indian constitutions has been adopted. See, it's not a bad thing to adopt from other constitutions, it's a good thing, but you should only adopt those provisions which suits you. So Indian constitution is unique in the sense that we have adopted only those provisions which suits us in our present in then existing conditions. Mostly it is influenced by British model of parliamentary democracy and the Government of India Act 1935, no doubt about it. But others include USA. So from USA we have taken preamble. So they also have a preamble. Then fundamental rights, they have Bill of Rights. That is the first 10 amendment of US Constitution deals with bills of rights. Then you have a judicial review, separation of power, independence of judiciary. So they are all US Montesquieu, remember French Revolution? Go watch that video. You'll know what is separation of power. Then office of vice president is also from USA. Impeachment of president and Supreme Court and High Court judges, they are all taken from USA. See, in USA separation of power is the key most important thing, and the judiciary is extremely important. So most of the judicial provisions which we have appointed are from US Constitution, plus the fundamental rights and preamble, because the federation is extremely strong. It is like the best example of federation, USA. There cannot be an integrated judiciary in USA because the state and the federal courts are different. Then Canada, we took the federation which suits us is adopted from Canada. That is federal government with a strong center, placing residuary powers with center, appointment of state governors by center. So this practice till date we follow, an advisory review role of Supreme Court. So it gives a huge power to center. So in Canada, the center is extremely strong. So we have taken all the provisions from there. Then we have the Government of India Act 1935. Literally 70% of the constitution is borrowed from here. Then the federal structure, office of governor, judiciary power division, all the service commissions like UPSC, SPSC, they have been taken from Government of India Act. It is the most major contributor of Indian constitution. Then from Britain, what have we taken from Britain? Obviously parliamentary system is there. Then bicameralism, that is two house of the parliament, House of Lords there. So we have Rajya Sabha and House of Commons, that is Lok Sabha. Then there is rule of law, that is Dicey's principle. Have you heard about Professor Dicey? That is no one is above law. Then there has been impartial. The three principles of rule of law are: no one is above law, and no one will be condemned unheard, no condemnation unheard. And the third point is there should be an independent judiciary, and there are no special privileges which are provided to a particular section. So these are the rule of law. Then there is single citizenship except J&K, entire nations of just citizen of India, no citizen of Karnataka or Rajasthan or like that. Then we have Office of Comptroller and Auditor General, so most important office as far as auditing is concerned. Then the legislation is taken from there, all CRPC and all, they are totally borrowed from Britain. The way we enact our bills and acts. Then cabinet form of government, more or less cabinet is unofficially mentioned there. It is also mentioned in emergency laws. So when the only where the constitution or cabinet is mentioned in emergency laws. Then there are prerogative writs and bicameralism, all been adopted from Britain. Then from Germany, we have taken the emergency provisions, including suspension of fundamental rights during Germany. So it was taken from Weimar Constitution of Germany. So at that time, emergency, emergency, emergency in Germany. That is why. Then from USSR, we have taken fundamental duties. You remember 42nd Amendment Act 1976. It inserted Article 51A, Part 4A in the Constitution. It deals with the fundamental duties. It provided 10 fundamental duty plus 1 by 86th Amendment Act that is related to the education. That is, whosoever ward or guardian as the case may be should provide free education from 6 to 14 years. Recently, it has also been introduced as fundamental rights. Then Australia. Then we have concurrent list from Australia, freedom of trade, commerce and interstate trade, and joint sitting of parliament. It's extremely important in case of a deadlock. We have a joint sitting of parliament taken from Australia. Then from South Africa, we have amendment procedures and indirect election of Rajya Sabha members. I'll be talking about them in detail. In Japan, the procedures which are established by law. So that also taken from Japan. From Ireland, we have taken directive principles of state policy. Then election process of president. That is an indirect election. Then nomination of members by president. President nominates member to 2 members to Lok Sabha and 12 members to Rajya Sabha. Then in France, from where they have taken idea of liberty, equality and fraternity, we must read French Revolution in this regard. And from Russian Revolution, we have taken of idea of justice, that is social, political and economic. That is, if you want to remember, public sector enterprise is the mnemonic. Then the question comes whether it's rigid or a flexible or a mix. So see, the rigid constitution is a constitution which requires a special provision for amendment. Example, USA. What is the special provision here? That half of the states in USA, 75% of the state must ratify. But in flexible constitution like ordinary laws which are seen in England, so if you can amend your constitution just like any ordinary law, it means the constitution is extremely flexible like in England. But in India, we have blend of both. So there are certain like if you name or create or a territory or change in state, it can be done by simple majority, that is 50% plus 1 of present and voting. Is that understood? So if there are 300 members in parliament, if 151 votes that say Telangana should be created, it will be created. So these are the amendments which are actually amendment to the state, but they are very simple amendments. So this, in this sense, we are extremely flexible. When it comes to special majority of parliament, so what do you mean by special majority of parliament? Please focus. Under Article 368, it has been described what is special majority of parliament. That is 2/3 of the member present and voting, plus that is the majority of the total membership of each house. So let's say 300 members are present. So by the first principle, it has to be at least 200 members should vote in favor. But if comes to the majority of the house, then it should be 151, right? So it doesn't work that way. Even 200 votes will not suffice. So if 545 members are there, assuming it can be up to 552. Okay. So if there are 550 members, so at least 276 should also vote in the favor. Is that understood? This is what I mean by special majority of the parliament. So both these conditions should be fulfilled. So this is one type of amendment. Other type of amendment includes special majority of the parliament plus ratification by half of the total states. That is, there are certain, if it is disturbing the federal power distribution, so at least 15 states should be in favor, because we have 29 states. So it is both rigid as well as flexible. It is a blend of both. Then the salient features I've already covered in all the topics, but still, if you want me to revise, it will go very long. The short and brief is lengthiest constitution drawn from various resources. It is rigid as well as flexible. Parliamentary form of government, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, integrated. This is important. Integrated means from district court to sub-district court to Supreme Court. It's entirely integrated judiciary, unlike in USA. Then we have independent judiciary, obviously, secularism, preamble, universal adult franchise, single citizenship, independent bodies like UPSC, SPSC, State Public Service Commission, Election Commission, Comptroller, Auditor General. Then we have emergency provisions, and finally we have three-tier government, that is center and the union. Then we have state, and then finally we have Panchayati Raj and municipalities. So this was something, an introduction about the Constitution of India. So if you want me to make cool videos, do let me know. So what I want you to do is like this video, so that I know that this video is liked, so I'll continue making such videos. Then I want you to comment your query on the Facebook page thread, that is www.facebook.com/myname-romansaini.official, or you can comment in the YouTube section also in below. So I want you to spread the word like wildfire, because it is time for little revolution in education. So this was presented by Dr. Roman Saini. So like the video, do like the video, ask your doubt in the comment section below and on FB page. So this is the YouTube channel Unacademy. Go to youtube.com/Unacademy. This is the facebook.com/romansaini.official. You can also follow me on Twitter. You can tweet me there at my Twitter handle at romansani. Do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching the video, and awesome day.